Hi, I'm Becky and I'm going to show you how I make a galaxy watercolor background using my distress inks. It was a technique I really admired for a long time and it really intimidated me. And so I was really surprised at how easy it was. So here's just a couple that I've done before that aren't already on cards. They're really pretty and so easy to do. So I've got my distress inks all lined up. I've got black soot, hickory smoke, chipped sapphire, blueprint sketch, tumbled glass, spun sugar, cracked pistachio, shaded lilac, wilted violet, and dusty concord. And I've got ink blending tools, I can't talk tonight, ready for them. And I've also smushed the ink on acrylic blocks so I can use it with watercolor. I have some watercolor paper cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is Arches cold pressed watercolor paper. I really like the texture of this for this technique, so we'll go ahead and jump right in. I start with my lighter colors first because I don't want a lot of ink, darker ink ending up on my ink blending tool. So I'm just going to pick a couple spots and start adding some spun sugar. And then I'll do tumbled glass and cracked pistachio, and we'll move up into darker colors from there. This does not have to be even. It doesn't have to be pretty yet. I'm just trying to get some color on there. We're gonna even it all out with water, so no perfection necessary. I just want to make sure I get a lot of ink on there so it'll move around when I add the water. Okay, cracked pistachio, which is one of my favorite colors. This is one of those techniques where you're going to end up with a lot of ink on your fingers. Now shaded lilac. I'm going to add a little bit more of this because I'll end up layering the colors with this and the darker blues and purples. Alright, and now we'll add some wilted violet. Oops, lost my shaded lilac blender. Oh well. And some dusty concord just to darken that purple up a little. And now we'll move into blueprint sketch. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. Just filling in all the spots that don't have any color yet and darkening up some of the other spots. Now chipped sapphire. Chipped sapphire is getting a little bit dry, and that of course is one of the colors I don't have a reinker for currently. So when I smushed it out, I added some reinker for Stormy Sky to give me a little bit more color. So we'll see how that looks. Alright, and now hickory smoke, which is a nice gray. So, at this point, if you've never done this before, this looks really scary and really kind of ugly. But it's okay, it'll look cool when we're done. And now some black soot. Sorry, my camera decides to shut off all the time automatically, and I don't always look up to notice when it does. So now that I've added the black soot, we're going to go ahead and spray it with water. Get all the colors moving. And now I'm going to go in, again, lightest to darkest, and just start adding more color from the ink I've smushed onto the acrylic blocks. So we'll pick up some spun sugar, some tumbled glass, just kind of pouncing it on. doesn't have to be pretty. And now some cracked pistachio. And now we'll add the purples. Onto wilted violet. Pink's a little bit too light. There we go. Dusty Concord. Add a little bit more water, get it moving. Now the blues. Add blueprint sketch. And it's okay that I'm covering up the lighter colors, they're just really the layers so that you can see the color peeking out underneath. I want to layer some blue over that black because it's kind of harsh. At this point you just play with it until you get it kind of how you want. Ooh, that's really dark since that was the re-inker. I should have added some water to that. Oops. I'm going to cover up that green because that's too bright. And now some gray and black. The first time I did this, I went ahead and cut like 6 pieces of watercolor paper because I was sure I was going to screw up so much. And every single one of them turned out, so then I had got to make 6 cards with the really pretty sky background. And if you want more of a night sky, go with a little bit more of the blue and don't add the black maybe. And if you want more of like a space kind of galaxy sky, just keep adding a lot more black. That's looking good. Move around a little bit. A little bit more there. That purple is really light. Let's pick up some blue. There, okay, so that is my background currently. Wow, that looks really bright on camera. There. And so now you have to actually let it dry before you can do the next step. I've got a lot of water on there, so I don't want to use a heat gun on it yet because it'll move all my color around. So I'm just going to set it aside to dry and come back in about an hour and heat it with my heat gun until it's completely dry, and then we'll add the stars. So I'll be back. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and add the stars. I'm going to add some white paint to an acrylic block. It's just white paint from Michael's. You can get it on Amazon too. And I'm going to add some water and mix it up. Okay, and then I'm just going to flick the paint onto the card. And it's done. So now I'll let the paint dry, and that is the background. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll go ahead and link this up anytime I have a card on my blog with the galaxy background. So thanks for watching again. Have a good one. Bye.